Gerald McCoy and the Panthers were thinking.
They played a lot of people, but they ain't played us. You about to see what it's all about. We went all the smoke. We went all the smoke.
A few hours later, San Francisco 51, Carolina 13. Be careful what you wish for. But even despite that, Panthers and Bruce Irvin still was not impressed. He told Jim Trotter after the game, quote, "They're okay. They're not world beaters," end quote. What an amazing response. We just gave up 51, but they're not that good. The 49ers are good. You might not have seen that coming, but when it does come, have the good sense to acknowledge what just happened to you, Bruce. I'm Jim Rome.
You love Dickey's Barbecue Pit with fall-off the bone ribs, and now we're adding pit smoked wings to the lineup. Prepare to get sauced with truffles, ribs, or wings with any of our 8 new sauces. Classic barbecue, buffalo, lemon pepper, Texas hot, sweet barbecue, buffalo hot, Carolina barbecue, and rib rubs. Go crazy and choose from 5 sizes. Put it all together for the ultimate tailgate. Whether dining at our place or having it delivered to yours, legit Texas barbecue. Visit Dickies.com.
Ordering online? Just click and your purchase appears at your doorstep. But the vehicles that we fly, trucks, jets, and ships, create a lot of greenhouse gas emissions. That's why ExxonMobil and Synthetic Genomics are developing algae biofuels that can reduce emissions from all those trucks, jets, and ships by half. The upshot? A future where your deliveries are just as convenient and greener. Learn more at energyfactor.com.
So you finally did it. Retired. Congratulations. Life is full of goals. Good thing there's a full-service bank that can help you with your more complex financial journey. From retirement planning to online budget tracking, at Comerica Bank, every account comes with the tools and one-on-one support you need every step of the way. That's full-service banking only at Comerica Bank. Raising expectations since 1849. Learn more at Comerica.com. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
This is Rich Lalonde from Lalonde Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Is bad credit holding you back from driving the new Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram? Very much?
Not anymore. The all-new Lalonde Land Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in beautiful Imlay City, Michigan can get you approved.
It's Credit Amnesty Week at Lalonde Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. And during Credit Amnesty Week, everybody buys, regardless of credit score. That's right. If you've got $500, you make at least $2,000 a month. Lalonde's lenient lenders can get you approved for beautiful new Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Worried about your trade-in? Don't. We need used cars more than ever, so we'll flat out give you more.
So, if you want a new Chrysler Dodge Jeep or Ram, but your credit's not so good,
Come see me, Rich.
and me, Tanya.
During Credit Amnesty Week at the all-new Lalonde Land Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on M53 in beautiful Imlay City, Michigan.
Call 810-724-0444 or click LaLondeChrysler.com.
Did you know there's more than one Las Vegas? There's the Strip with families on vacation and questionable odds. Then there's downtown Vegas, the original gambling and entertainment mecca. That's where you'll find the D Las Vegas. Book your stay at thed.com. The D Las Vegas, your home for Detroit sports in Vegas.
97.1 The Ticket and Ellison Brewery have teamed up. Introducing the Ticket American Lager and the Ticket Double Dry Hopped Hazy Pale Ale. Look for them on draft at a bar or restaurant near you.
All right, so what do you want to do? You want to do the overreactions or you want to just keep rolling? I mean, listen, I'll do whatever you want. To me, I think the response today from people has been completely pathetic. I think the apathy has been unbelievable with your football teams. That's just your call. The Lions, to me, bringing them up, it just shows you. The Lions, you can't go one way or the other. And that's why people just don't know what to say, because they're average. So here, I mean, what, you want to do a cheap topic where I come on here and I tell you, hey, what big name should I get before the deadline? I mean,
I've seen enough of those articles on Twitter tonight.
I'm not doing that.
No, and I have plenty of overreactions, but that can wait because you're right. There is so much to talk about. And biting my tongue here because
Christ, Michigan beat Notre Dame by 50. I bring up 3 questions, and Michigan fans want to put their head in the sand and just give me ticket texts like this. You ready for this?
Okay.
You're making up and exaggerating what Harbaugh's expectations were. He was simply brought in to be better than Hoke.
No, he wasn't. He was brought in to win the Big Ten.
Man, that's an awesome narrative to create for yourself. He was brought in to close the gap on Ohio State. And the gap is every bit as wide as it was 5 years ago. The only way I'm going to change my perception of Harbaugh is he's got to beat OSU. The win over Notre Dame is nice, and it's necessary, and no doubt it was impressive. But who are we kidding? Do you think you're going to sit here the night they play OSU after getting beat, and you're going to be like, but wait, man, we were great against ND a few months back? No. Not at all.
Here's the crazy thing to me with the Michigan talk. Because, look, of course people are going to say stuff like that or text or whatever the BS that comes in. But Harbaugh was brought here to win the Big Ten and, sure, to beat Ohio State, as you just mentioned. That's one and the same to me. The crazy thing to me is that for anyone that wants to say, oh, well, you guys, the expectation on Harbaugh is way too high. No, he's brought here just to win a bunch of games. Guys, we've never even said, at least not that I can remember, we've never sat here and said the expectation is national title or bust for Jim Harbaugh. We've never even said that. Which, hey, if you are, whatever. We're just talking about winning the conference, talking about beating OSU, beating your rivals. And while Saturday was a great win, it was a good win for Michigan, it's something that Harbaugh just simply has not done at Michigan. Win those types of games, win big games. We can't just all of a sudden say, oh, everything's perfectly fine. That restored all faith in Jim Harbaugh, and now I'm confident he's the guy. I haven't heard any Michigan fans say that.
No.
I haven't heard any Michigan fans say, oh, Harbaugh, this Saturday night, that proved to me he is our guy.
Right.
That's not the type of game for that.
Can I throw this out there, too, just so we're honest? Like, here's a qualifier. This is not a shot. But they went out and essentially played, 49ers football. All they did was pound the rock. It's like they reverted back. And I understand the conditions were bad. There's no question about it. But, like, that's not going to be how you play most games. So it's like they took a major step forward with the passing game at Penn State. And then they did what needed to be done to take out Notre Dame. Now, the most impressive thing they did was take Notre Dame's ground game and crumple it up. It's a major improvement from the Wisconsin game. That's a big win. But I'm with you. There's nothing Harbaugh can do short of beating OSU this year that would make me change. Because remember, I'm looking big picture. Going 0-5 against OSU, that's a fireable offense. And I love how the narrative now, like Michigan has the best PR firm in America. I got to know who they use. Because now this new narrative is, wow, he wasn't brought here to beat OSU. That can't even be the target anymore. OSU's on a different plane. Oh, I'm sorry, what are you, in the Ivy League? Hell yeah, he was brought here to beat OSU. You're telling me that if Harbaugh was hired and I said he will go 0-5 against OSU, you'd go, no way. We're not asking to go 5-0 or 4-1 or even 3-2. Hell, I think if he beat him this year to go 1-4, it would reset the odometer on his career at Michigan. But if he loses to OSU, I don't understand how people be like, yeah, this is great. Let's go for year 6.
That's the bottom line here, as we like to joke about, right?
And that's the bottom line.
The bottom line is as simple as this. What would have to happen for your mind to be changed on Harbaugh? And I just looked at some texts, and some people are saying, well, even if he beats Ohio State, I won't change my mind.
But it would give a window to hope. They would have slayed the dragon. They could justify, hey, we didn't get what we wanted this year, but we took a step forward that we ruined. Look, this is OSU's best team I've ever seen. You can laugh at that, do what you want. I felt that way since the beginning of the year, and they're proving me right. You ruined their season. You beat a team like that. Yeah, you could springboard into next year with it. Yes. But, Mike, nothing short of that.
No, they would have to, and I've been extremely hard on Harbaugh, rightfully so. I think that if Michigan were to run the table and beat Ohio State, that would change my mind. I have always said, hey, he's got to go play for the Big Ten title, hasn't even been to Indianapolis, and I do stand by that. But if you show me Michigan running the table, beating Ohio State, and running the table since the Penn State loss, I would even say, yeah, okay, my mind's kind of changed. Maybe Harbaugh can actually get this thing right. But if he doesn't, if it's another blowout to Ohio State or another loss to Ohio State, I think that he does have to just be gone at the end of the season.
And that's what you feel. It'll never happen. But that's all we do. We talk about the things we want. I mean, it's just kind of... Saturday's kind of a tough spot for him. Because if you lose, it's pandemonium. And if you win, I'm not sure anybody cares. Other than that was really fun. hate Notre Dame. And by the way, how about Michigan doing exactly what I can't stand schools do? Agreeing to a home and home. Stop scheduling these guys.
Yeah.
Stop giving Notre Dame what they want. And truly, if you're Michigan, I gotta be honest, I don't know why you're scheduling anybody in the non-conference. We gotta treat the Big Ten East like the SEC West. Don't schedule anybody. If you want to make the playoff, don't schedule. That's the sad reality of what we're trying to do here. Oh, but I want to see better games. I know, so do I. But what's the incentive to have a tougher schedule? What's the incentive? You're going to have to go 11-1 regardless. And maybe 12-0. So what's the incentive to have that big balls game against Texas or against Notre Dame? Yeah, it's great if you win it. But if you lose, you're behind the 8 ball. Now you got to go out. And remember, the Big Ten already has 9 conference games, unlike the SEC. You got to run the better part of 3 months without losing a football game against common opponents. And you're probably going to have, unless you're Michigan and you get every game at home this year, most years you're going to have one of those games in a brutal spot. So I don't know why.
Well, here's the sad thing. I'm sick of talking about.
Here's the sad thing.
That calls.
It's so sad because you know what? I think it's indicative is everyone knows none of our 3 teams, football-wise, are going to win anything of substance. And it takes a lot of the passion behind it out of it. You got to be a sicko like us to really be into it.
Well, I think people know what the Michigan game was. It was a nice win. It was a game that Harbaugh hasn't won big-type games. And I think that's what it was. But the sad thing to me, Mike, is that, look, I don't think we should have to talk about, people should have to talk about, let's justify why Jim Harbaugh should be there. Let's find ways on why he should still maybe be here at the end of the year, if he goes 10-3, if he does this, if he does that. The point is the results aren't there, so we're trying to justify why he should be here. He should just be going and winning these types of games on a regular basis. We shouldn't have to try to find a pathway to, oh, well, let's try to restore some confidence in Jim Harbaugh.
I'll tell
It's
you
an
this.
all-time low.
If you think you're going man-to-man, or heaven forbid, I mean, if Don Brown mixes in some zone like he did this week, I got news for you.
Dr. Blitz.
Yeah, that ain't Ian Book back there. And Notre Dame doesn't have a receiver worth a damn. That Claypool is an oversized, wide receiver. Clement, nice tight end. Let me tell you, this is why I didn't think Notre Dame would expose you. They don't have any slot players. They don't have anybody with speed. Dr. Blitz, you don't want no part of it.
Well, and what I fear is the soft opinion that I've already kind of heard today a little bit is that
if we keep it close.
Yeah, it's, Ohio State is historically good. If Michigan goes out and plays a hard-fought game against Ohio State, then maybe I could just... No, we have to have some results here.
What a pack of losers. That is remarkable.
Not saying it's everyone, but I've seen at least a dozen texts today saying something similar.
97-1.
I'm attorney Mark Bernstein. When you need help, you turn to family. Every day we fight for families like yours because we are family.
1-800-CALL-SAM.
Dream Kitchen, Dream Vacation, Dream Wedding. Make your dreams a reality with a home equity line of credit from Community Financial Credit Union. Borrow up to 100% of your home's value with no application or closing fees. So you can dream bigger, dream smarter, and dream faster when you apply online. To learn more, visit cfcu.org today. That's cfcu.org. Or stop by one of our 13 locations. Community Financial Credit Union. Right here, right for you. Equal housing opportunity. NMLS number 440274. Federal insured by the NCUA.
What is it costing you in vet bills for that convenience of just pulling open a bag of
Formulated, extruded, processed cereal bits that cost a ton of money anyway.
How do you feed your dog to derive not only energy, but a good coat, bright eyes, and a great attitude?
Come to Dinovite for help.
DINOVITE.com.
I found his raw meat diet on Dynavite.com.
With just the raw meat and the eggs and the Dynavite and the Super Omega on top of it.
Try Super Omega Fish Oil.
Buy 2, get 1 free.
Ground beef, white rice, eggs, including the shells, and the Dynavite supplement, and then the Lico Chops.
Try Lico Chops. Buy 2, get 1 free.
It just balances out his body and his mind and his spirit.
Adding Dynavite to their diet has every single dog in my kennel looking better than they have ever looked. Their skin is so much better now that they're on the raw diet. I don't even give them the kibble anymore.
DINOVITE.com.
Time for another Action Network Flash. Tonight, Pittsburgh hosts Miami, and the home team is a 14-point favorite. Despite their 0-6 record straight out, over 60% of the money is on Miami. For all the betting info, download the free Action Network app today.
This hour of instant feedback brought to you by Mike Capura of National Benefit Plans. For affordable life insurance, log on to NBPHealth.com.
Tonight, 97.1 The Ticket Street Team heads to Little Caesars Arena before the Pistons host the Indiana Pacers. Bogey and Wojo broadcast live starting at 6. Call 313-PISTONS or go to Pistons.com for your tickets to any Pistons home game.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
This report brought to you by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. 1-800-CALL-SAM. There's a reported wreck on the shoulder, Southfield Freeway northbound at Plymouth Road. You'll find a backup from Ford Road. Another accident reported on Southfield Road southbound at 10 Mile. US 23 northbound at Plank Road in Milan. There's a wreck in the right lane. And some slowdowns heading into construction. 94 westbound approaching Telegraph. I'm Michelle Pena on the WWJ 24-hour traffic center.
WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. Radio.com sports station. Sports headlines. All day, every day. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
Brought to you by the Michigan Lottery. Michigan head coach Jim Harbaugh is speaking this afternoon out in Ann Arbor about the team's big victory over Notre Dame. Said that a big reason why they were able to pick up the victory was the offensive line play, and he has no update on wideout Ronnie Bell. Was, however, asked about the pass interference calls being reviewed in college like they are in the pros, and said even if they were, he's not sure they'd be overturned.
Yeah, I don't understand that, why those aren't being called, but every time I watch a game, I hear the commentators commentating on, they shouldn't challenge it because it's not going to get overturned, none of them get overturned, and then when one happens and they don't challenge it because they say they should, then they should have challenged it. I don't understand, I don't know, I'm not privy to any of the what's going on with that, so I have to ask some of the pro coaches that.
Now turning to the pros, after knocking off the Giants yesterday, the Lions now turning their attention to Sunday's game of the Raiders out in Oakland. Week 8, though, will come to a close tonight from Pittsburgh. Steelers bringing in the Dolphins. You can hear it on CBS Sports Radio 1270 at 7:30. Tonight's also an off night in the World Series. It's shifting back to Houston for Game 6. Astros on top of the Nationals, 3-2. Justin Verlander with the call in tomorrow's potential closeout game against Steven Strasburg. Michigan State's announced today they'll be hanging another jersey from the Raptors. They're set to retire the number 23 of Draymond Green December 23rd. And the Pistons trying to bounce back tonight. They're playing host to the Pacers down at Little Caesars Arena. I'm for you right here on the ticket starting at 6:35. On the ticket update desk, I'm Ryan Woolley. For more, go to 97.1 The Ticket and radio.com.
All right, straight to the people. Get Larry in the mix. He's up next. Larry, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Mike?
I'm good. What's on your mind?
I wanted to get your take on the remaining schedule for the Lions. I don't understand how people can get them in the playoffs looking at the remaining schedule. I'll be optimistic, very optimistic. I'll give them a win over Oakland, a win over Washington. They'll split the series with Chicago, get one win there. Give them a win over Tampa Bay. Give them a win over Denver. But they're going to lose one of the Chicago games. They're going to lose to Dallas. They're going to lose to Minnesota. And they're going to lose that last game of the year in Green Bay. That puts them at 8-7-1.
Right.
And the only thing that's going to get us is 2 more years of Patricia and Quinn.
Well, now listen. Okay, Larry, here's the other way of looking at this. And it flies in the face. These two kind of mindsets, they don't jive. But on one hand, if the owner is saying, look, I'm 1,000,000 years old. I'm not going to tolerate another 6-win season, as Dave Burkett has intimated. Go we need to be buyers. Well, then you understand what they're doing. But the other side of it is maybe they're taking a San Francisco approach. They gave Shanahan like a 7-year deal. And it's year 3 now for him, and the thing is popped. Right?
Right.
They build, and it goes. Look, I think Patricia and Quinn have job security that is unquestioned. I do. But the problem is, if your job security is rock solid, why would you then do things that have a short-term gain? If the bigger picture is long-term.
You wouldn't do it.
Right. And I agree with you. I don't even need to play the scheduling game. The idea that the Lions are simply going to go out and win every game they're supposed to win, who the hell do you think you are, the Patriots? That's not how this league works. I mean, Larry, you watch football every week. You always see a score or two every week. You go, how did they lose to them? It happens.
It happens.
I mean, so I'm not. No, this chair is special. There we go. No, I just don't see a scenario they get to 10 wins. I don't.
Yeah, I don't either. But I appreciate it. Keep doing the good work.
Thank you, Larry. Appreciate you, my man. And I mean, listen, I don't think it's a negative viewpoint. I think it'll take 10 wins to get in the playoffs, and it's going to require the NFC North getting 3 teams. Now, how the hell do you plan on doing it? How? The Vikings are sitting at 6-2. All the Vikings have to do is go 4-4 here on out. That's it. They're 10-6. So now, for you to get to 10 wins, you're 3-1. You got to go 7-2 here on out. 7-2. You're sitting at 3-1. So tell me how you get there, and please don't call up and go, we've got some winnable game. Arizona was a winnable game. All right? Don't do it. A home game against Minnesota is a winnable game, right? Come on. Like the very team you think you can be better than down the stretch, oh, that's not a winnable game? We let you off the hook for that disaster where you gave up 50? Stop.
I just pulled up the schedule as the caller was talking about that too, and kind of just looking at the rest of these games. It's
week by week with this team because they'll probably play close with everyone because they're not that good.
Well,
and they're not that bad. They're just there.
Which is how it has been the past, 4 years? When you add up the records the past 4 years, they're literally like right at just an even 500 record. It's just what they've been. 7-9, 7-9, 9-7 type team.
Let's go to Joe on a cell 97.1. Joe, what's up, man?
Hey, Mike, how you doing? Great show.
Thanks, buddy. What's on your mind?
Hey, Walmart, Michigan fan for many years, but I just want to share a different perspective. My son goes to Ohio State now, and the difference in the culture and the expectations down in Columbus, I'll give you 2 examples. Last year I was down there for the Michigan game, and how many comments I heard, obviously it's a biased view, is how antiquated and boring the Michigan offense was. And then I was down there for the Michigan State game this year, and I think the Spartans came in with the number 4 ranked defense at that point. And again, there wasn't a person in that stadium who didn't think the Buckeyes were going to pull that out, even despite their terrible stats in the first quarter. And I know Sully approaches too. The expectations at Ohio State, the fact you even have to justify a win over, like you said, an overvalued Notre Dame team at number 8 in the country at the time, I think U of M, and you brought it up, really needs a gut check. Who are they and what do they want to be? If they're fine with the 8, 9, 10 game win season, you said this many times, that's fine. But when Harbaugh came to this program, I work with a lot of U of M people, they were thinking they were going to be the Buckeye Nation. And they're not. And you can just feel the difference in culture and expectations when you're down.
That's because Ohio State is a have and Michigan's a have not.
I guess I don't understand why the U of M fans, and I have good friends, they're U of M, went to U of M. I just want to say to them, who do you want to be? Do you want to be an 8, 9, 10?
The problem
The
problem is, like for instance, my friends, both grads and non-grads who are Wolverines, all want Harbaugh out. They're just done. It hasn't worked. They think they're going 0-5, and they move on. The media at large, though, won't go there. they still propagate the lie because it's almost like the media is on the take. So I don't know. I think in the end, no, it's way bigger than him. People way more successful than him. It's you're talking about a national media that is going to pander to a very powerful, very large fan base. But see, pandering is just not really what I'm into. So I think a lot of the fan base is just happy winning 10 games. I do. I don't know what percentage. I just think a lot.
That's sad if that's the case.
Mike.
Because,
what do you want me to say?
No, I think that's a lazy narrative, too, for people to say, oh, well, Michigan, they're just a 9-win program. That's not what he's hired for.
This is what they've become.
No,
that a night game against Notre Dame, after a season's already shot, is what it is. In many ways, though, look at this. Them beating OSU probably still doesn't get them to the Big Ten title, right?
No.
OSU beat Wisconsin, Penn State beat Michigan State. It kind of shrunk the window here. Mike, their season is basically now, can we ruin Ohio State's? That's what they've become. They've become Michigan State ruining Michigan. But at least beating OSU here would give people like a wooden board to hang on to floating in the ocean and go, hey, we finally did something. But Mike, year in, year out, the bar has to be higher. And the bar this year, all these people now creating this narrative about how he wasn't brought in to do A, B, and C, they're the same people who were predicting Michigan was going to make the playoff this year. So I have no time for these people. I don't care about them.
That's just BS to me. It's BS that, Harbaugh, Michigan's happy with 9 wins. Fans are just happy being ranked. They're happy having something to cheer for. I mean, come on. Is that really where we're at with Michigan? I get that the results the past several years have not been anything good, but the expectation still at Michigan has to be going out and winning the Big Ten. Year 5, again, and I know we've said this before, if Harbaugh was hired day 1, you would have been told, hey, 5 years are going to go by and he will not so much as play for the Big Ten championship. I think fans would have been stunned, would have been outraged, would have said, you're crazy.
Mike, think about this. MSU's probably going to have a new football coach next year, right? If in that new football coach's first 5 years, we don't win the Big Ten and we don't beat Michigan once, do you think that I would go on the air and say, nah, man, we're winning 8-9 games a year. This is great.
That's weak.
I'd want the guy shot out of a cannon. And that's at Michigan State. So ask yourselves again, who's staring back at you in the mirror? Like, what do you want?
But see, and this is something that David says all the time, which I totally disagree with him. He always makes it sound like, Michigan fans are just happy being ranked, and they're happy just watching something on a weekly basis. Look, with the exception of some alumni cocktail party where they're just, let's talk about the team. I don't know. Because the Michigan fans that I know and talk to, no one's just happy with being ranked.
Those people?
No one's happy with, look at that number 14 next to their name. I just pulled up the 8 people. Right. That's not what actually makes fans happy. What makes them happy is beating the rivals, playing for the Big Ten, and trying to win the conference.
248-539-9797, more of the calls. And I've got a name that if you believe the Lions should be buyers, I've got an interesting name to bring up at 4:30. And no, it's not Melvin Gordon. It's something sexier. If football season is here, it means B-Dubs should be in your life. And Thursdays at B-Dubs, it's buy one, get one boneless night. So it really should be a part of the deal. That's 100% more wings for $0.0. You buy one order of boneless wings, you get another free. And it's Thursday. It's football night. Basketball, hockey, everything's in the mix. This is the best time of year, frankly. Everything's happening. You watch the games, you enjoy the deal, you're at Buffalo Wild Wings. And it's not like the weekend. No fall weddings, no man cave, no recitals. You're at B-Dubs enjoying buy one, get one free boneless night. So get on in, take advantage of the deal. It's Buffalo Wild Wings. Buy one snack or small order, get one of equal value free. Not valid with any other coupon or offer. Dine in and take out at participating Detroit locations while supplies last. One offer per customer.
What does it feel like to get the greatest haircut on earth at Lady Jane's? Say you're getting ready to go out. You grab your favorite jeans from the dryer, then you find a crisp $100 bill in your front pocket. That's what it feels like to get the greatest haircut on earth at Lady Jane's in Washington Township. Township on Van Dyke, just south of 26 Mile, across from Target. It's wicked awesome.
On the line now with Steve Barry of Sports Plus Network. Steve, you guys had a great weekend. How's Monday night looking?
Well, you got Miami coming into Pittsburgh. Pitt laying 14, totals 43. Miami coming in at 0-6, but playing a little bit better than their record. Pittsburgh coming in at 2-4. Disappointing season. Guys, if you called last Monday, you've got the easy winner in New England, New York Jets, 33-0. If you called in on Thursday night, we told you watch out for huge lines. Minnesota laying 17, only beating Washington 19-9. Guys, make the call. Let us give you the winner tonight. You will call us back in the future to say thank you. If you haven't called us before, do yourself and your wallet a huge favor. The call is free. The winner is free. Your profits are free. It's 1-888-895-6555. Miami Pittsburgh winner at no charge from Sports Plus.
That's Sports Plus Network, 888-895-6555, 888-895-6555.
Happy holiday, John?
Frank, have you got any extra candy?
Sure. Meyer has club-sized candy bags for only $14.99 and other great candy deals.
Susie, you got an extra costume?
I do. Meyer has 25% off Halloween costumes, 30% off Halloween apparel, too.
Jake, have you got any extra party supplies?
Sure. Decorated cupcakes are buy one, get one 50% off at Meyer.
Go to one place to prepare for all the tricks and treats this Halloween. Because it's the kids who should be going door to door. Exclusions apply. See the deals in the Meyer app.
If you have frequent heartburn, take control of it with Prilosec OTC. Instead of stashing antacids everywhere, like in your junk drawer, buried under old batteries and hotel pens, or in your purse, hiding in the one pocket you won't check. You even have antacids on your nightstand, which are very hard to see in the dark. It's time you stopped stashing antacids and started taking Prilosec OTC. One pill a day, 24 hours, zero heartburn.
It's possible with Prilosec OTC. Uses directed for 14 days, not for immediate relief. Hello, Saver. At Walgreens, we like the way you save on things. Take afternoon matinees. You know they have the same endings as full-price movies. And co-pays on Medicare Part D prescriptions. You can get them for as low as $0 with select plans. So when you choose a plan with Walgreens as your preferred pharmacy, you know you're saving smartly. Walgreens, trusted since 1901. $0 copay on Tier 1 generic drugs available through select plans that include Walgreens as a preferred pharmacy.
Is your bank, brokerage, or insurance company trying to sell you an annuity? Don't do it. They have very limited access to the highest rates available. You need solutions, not someone pitching you a product. Join Joe Uplager for the Save Money and Income radio show right here on The Ticket, Sundays from 7 to 8 a.m.
Do you have an opinion? Of course you do. Call the D Las Vegas 97.1 The Ticket studio line at 248-539-9797. The D Las Vegas, the home of Detroit sports in Vegas.
Your season ticket to Detroit sports.
I will bring up a name. It's not in air and like, oh my God, we're playing fantasy here. But I'll bring up a name that if you really think the Lions should be buyers, that I find interesting. And no, it's not Melvin Gordon. I think it's something more interesting, better, cheaper. We'll go from there. Let's go to Sean McComb. Oh, I can't wait to hear about all the Buckeye crap. There you go, Sean. What do you got for me?
Oh, Kabbalah, go ahead, Mike. You know what I love about you, man, is I was actually calling in to give Michigan some credit. Now I have to stick the knife in them because, it's hilarious how you just completely swayed my whole mind on this thing. Your last discussion with Sully. And Sully's right, man, because when Harbaugh was hired, when was how many national titles and Big Ten titles were they going to win? And all the national pundits picked them to win the Big Ten East this year and go to Indy. And we were supposed to fall off having a first-year head coach and this, that, and the third. And by the way, I'm putting out there Chase Young for Heisman if he keeps it up, man. I really hope he gets a shot to go to New York.
It's either him or Joe Burrow is the best player in America. It's for
hey, you know what's ironic about that is, where did Joe Burrow, come from?
Yeah, I know. Well, he transferred. You don't get credit for that.
Yeah, hey, you know what? He's done a heck of a job, and we're actually rooting for Joey to do well. What a movie that would be to see them, later on this year. But that's a long way away.
Let's go.
What I'm getting for with Michigan, man, is when I saw week versus Notre Dame is I think they're going to be a formidable foe by the end of the year. A couple weeks ago, I probably wouldn't have said that, but I can see they're getting a little bit better on the offensive line. And no matter how you're doing it, if you can sustain drives and play defense, you're going to have a chance in a lot of games as long as you're not turning the ball over.
How are they going to sustain a drive against your defense? Explain how you sustain a drive against that defense.
Well, it's not been done too often, but, the Spartans marched down the field one time on us during the game, so it can be done, but I don't know how often it can be done.
So let me ask you a question. If you're going to lose to Michigan, how many points do you think Michigan's got to produce in order to beat you?
Oh, in the high 30s, or the weather's going to be bad.
So you think they're going to...
Or the one thing that could happen that could derail our whole season, but I'm not going to even say it. Put it out there. And you know what? Yes, exactly.
My point is, outside of that, there is not a team in America not named LSU that is going to march down the field 7 times against Ohio State. It's not going to happen.
Right. And you know what? You might be right, Mike, and I'm hoping you're right. And I'm always going to be a little bit,
You're paranoid.
Say that just because I've seen some things in the past happen where we've lost to lesser teams. But this team, it does feel like there's a little bit of a different edge. Now, what I will say, though, again about Michigan is if they can find a little bit more consistency in their downfield passing game, they're going to have the opportunity to do that in the next couple of weeks for some lesser opponents, in my opinion. But don't sleep on that Indiana game, because Indiana is actually kind of sneaky good.
It's a trap game. For Indiana, it just comes down to the
really
quarterback.
They're getting better. Getting better. And, they should have probably beat Michigan State. And, we played them with the...
I wish they would have at this point.
But the one thing, too, is we're going to have a very, very big game the week before. The schedulers did us no favors with that, putting Penn State, the week before the Michigan game. That's 2 big weeks in a row you're going to have to get up.
I'm going to tell you something. You may not like it because you're paranoid out here. I think you will destroy Penn State.
And you know what? I kind of think that Michigan's going to be more formidable than Penn State is, to be honest with you, because it's going to be Field's first road test. His first true road test in an environment that's going to be hostile, and defense that I think is maybe not as good as Penn State, but Penn State could drive in the Poconos, man. It's all big plays.
I don't think Penn State's defense is that good if you really look at it. I mean, Michigan's O-line ate them up in the front 7, and they were able to just dink and diddle their way down the field. They even hit a couple of big plays. Look, I don't think Penn State is all that they're cracked up to be. If you think that's the number 6 team in America, I've got some oceanfront property in Nebraska you just have to check out. It's divine. You're going to love it. I think OSU will drop a bomb on Penn State. A bomb. I don't think people recognize what they're watching. Look, Ohio State came out, and they took everything Wisconsin did. Everything. I mean, Wisconsin gave everything. What was the score at halftime, Mike? 10-0.
Yeah, it was only a 10-point game. Then you check the score later, it's like, oh my God, they still covered it or whatever.
I don't think there's a team outside of the South that's going to be able to line up for 60 minutes, as long as OSU is moderately engaged, that's going to hang them. I don't. They're different. NFL talent at every level defensively. And Ryan Day, this is the difference. Ryan Day has made their offense better than Urban Meyer, because Urban is a great college coach. Ryan Day is an NFL play caller. It's different. Let's go over to Dennis, 97.1. Denny, what's going on, bub?
Hey, what's up, Mike? I was calling there. I was so mad that they won. I want Michigan to lose every game. That's the only way to get Jim Harbaugh out of here.
Oh, come on. You can't be mad about beating Notre Dame like a drum. Come on now, Dennis.
I'm upset that if he keeps winning, he's going to continue to play. Anybody knows Jim Harbaugh's not going to take us to the next level. He ain't going to beat Ohio State, and he ain't going to win the Big Ten. Why do you want him here? I don't want him here. I want him to lose out. Michigan State, I'm rooting for y'all. Ohio State, I'm rooting for y'all.
Dennis, I got bad news for you. I really, barring something spectacular, I think we could be looking at a John L. or Bobby trip to Ann Arbor here with this Spartan team. And I was there for both of those games. Denny, this is, look, defense is doing the best they can. They know the offense is a joke. They know that they have to play perfect, and that's part of the problem. But the defense, even, they're blowing assignments every game. Safety play hasn't been great. Kenny Willekes not the same player that he was before breaking his leg. And overall, offensively, they're so helpless.